Welcome to a new episode of I Know Jax. Now I wonder how many of you have been spending this evening doing your taxes. Somehow that deadline creeps up on you without warning. I always have a great excuse for not taking the time to start until the very last minute. So if you're in the same boat, maybe it'll help you to know that you're in good company. My job for the evening is to put tax forms and numbers and all that boring stuff to the side and instead get you to focus on how you can have more fun in your life. That's my noble goal with I Know Jax, and this time we have an action-packed show for you. Now I always say that we're in the middle of festival season and it sounds like a cliche, but actually it's true. This time of year the festivals are packed tight. Take this weekend for example. It's all about music in Jacksonville. There's Superfest at UNF and Springing the Blues in Jax Beach. I love it. I'd rather have too many choices than too few. The arena football season started as well, and as some of you already know, that keeps me busy too. I'm a huge fan, and this season, yours truly is also helping out TJ on the Sharks Weekly show on Fridays at 7:30 p.m. right here on CW. I'm enjoying every minute of that too. But let's talk about what's going on with I Know Jax for a minute. We're right now in the midst of making our production schedule for the summer. We've received a lot of suggestions for new stories from viewers of the TV show as well as website visitors. And we're going through your suggestions right now. Don't worry, it's not too late. If you have suggestions and ideas, don't wait. Just send me a quick email with your thoughts and maybe you'll see your story right here on the show later in the season. It's an exciting time for us. We're continuing to grow and expand, and we have recently added a few new members to the I Know Jax team. In this episode, you'll get to meet our newest reporter, Carla Michelle, who got us some great reports about fashion here in Jacksonville. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Carla Michelle with I Know Jax here at Maggiano's at the St. John's Town Center. We're here for the kickoff party of the second annual Jacksonville Fashion Week. Are you ready for some fierceness? I am. Let's check it out.
We have just grown so much from last year, and to be here seeing our vision put to life is just incredible.
And what can we expect to see this year that's different than last year?
I think the main thing is our venue is different. We're having it at Metropolitan Park downtown, so we've expanded the venue to seat everybody. We sold out last year, so we wanted to really make sure that everybody that wanted to attend had a seat to fill.
I'm here with Joanna House, the winner of Cycle 2 of America's Next Top Model. Joanna, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm doing well. And you're from Jacksonville, so how does it feel to come back to the First Coast and have such a great runway event?
Well, I have a house here, which is awesome. I love Jacksonville. I like that it's laid back. I like that I have family here, and it's definitely a shift from New York being so fast-paced and high energy. It's a little more definitely like lazy and cool and sunny, and the people here are a lot nicer. So it's good to be back home.
It's time for the part you've been waiting for, the runway show. So get ready for lights, camera, fashion. One of the great things about Jacksonville Fashion Week is that it highlights local designers. For example, my dress, bracelet, earrings, and necklace. And these earrings, these bracelets, and this dress are all from Meow and Bark's boutique right here in San Marcos. The great thing about fashion is that it's always changing, and the organizers of Jax Fashion Week hope that the fashion scene here continues to grow. grow. For more information, visit iknowjax.com. I'm Carla Michelle reporting from downtown.
You can see the full interview with top model Joanna House from Fashion Week if you go to iknowjax.com. You can also find previous episodes and all of our segments on the website. And while you're there, make sure to sign up for our newsletter. That way you'll be the first to know when our new videos are available. We'll be right back with more fun stuff from Jacksonville right after this. I wanted to thank you for sending us suggestions for stories. And one of the story suggestions that kept coming up was stories about the local craft beer scene. So we enlisted our good friend Mark Wisdom, the beer guy, to help us out with Happy Hour. Today we're at Engine 15 to talk about beer with the beer guy, Mark Wisdom, beer guy. So I need a little education because when it comes to beer, I'm kind of dumb.
You're ignorant?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
All right.
I hear all these terms like stout and IPA and what the heck does all that stuff mean?
Well, those are different styles of beer. There are literally dozens and dozens of different styles of beer. And it really depends upon what you're looking for in flavor as to which style of beer you go to. If a milder beer is what you're looking for, you're going to want to go for a German Kolsch style beer. It's a very mild ale. It's one of the very few ales that come out of Germany. But if you're looking for something with a lot of bitterness and super hops and everything, you're going to go with an IPA. That stands for India Pale Ale.
Okay.
The story behind that is kind of interesting, is the English colonized India. Well, the soldiers over there wanted beer. They needed something to drink.
Right.
Okay? So what they basically did is they overhopped the beer because hops are a natural preservative. It's a long trip over there to India.
Gotcha.
And the beer would go bad if they didn't do that. So with the extra hops in there, it was going to be super bitter.
Right.
But it's also going to have the beer and alcohol taste that they want.
Right.
So adding the hops, when you drink an India Pale Ale, you expect a super hoppy beer.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's a stout?
A stout is another style of beer. It actually started out as a porter. Porters were lighter in beer, and the word stout actually means strong. So what that really was is it was a strong ale. Things like what we drink today, like Guinness.
Right.
That's what everybody thinks of as a stout. Well, stouts aren't actually that strong of beers. Everybody thinks they are, but they're not as strong as they think they are. Guinness is maybe 4.8% alcohol, so it's not that much. But a stout actually evolved from the porter style.
Gotcha.
And turned into the stronger of the beers in that particular dark style.
So what other kind of beers are there? I've heard Hefeweizen. See, I almost
That's
got
a
it.
wheat beer from Germany. It's
Okay.
a very good beer.
And then there's some Belgian style beers.
Lots of Belgian styles. Oh, those are my favorites too. I had to go to Belgium last year just to taste them.
had to, right?
I had to. I mean, I had to drink beer.
You had to drink beer.
It was an imperative.
Well, I understand that because you couldn't be the beer guy if you didn't drink beer.
This is true.
So what other types of beers are there and why do we have them?
Well, there's pale ales. Pale ales were the original English style beers. They were mild. In England, they're very mild.
So
low
pale meaning
alcohol.
weak?
Yeah, paler, yeah. Here in the United States, they tend to be a little bit hoppier. American-style pale ales have more hops.
Gotcha.
There's the West Coast style of pale ales, which have a lot more hops, and some of them are almost at an IPA level of hops.
So what's the deal with all these wacky flavors like chocolate and raspberry and stuff? Is that
It's just different ways that people enjoy their beer. There's so many different styles of beer that people will just try new things. I had a chocolate bacon beer a couple of days ago.
chocolate bacon?
Chocolate and bacon.
I guess everything goes better with bacon.
Not this time.
Well, is beer the new wine?
Beer is the new wine because really people are starting to pair it up with their food.
Okay.
And just as you would with a wine, you really want to make sure that your flavors match. For instance, you would serve an IPA probably with a spicy dish or a strong flavored dish because If you're drinking a pale ale or a Kolsch or a very mild beer with a spicy food, you're going to lose the flavor of the beer in the spicy food. But an IPA can stand up to it, just like a big red could stand up to a dish like that.
Well, I think what we're going to do is talk about beer pairings and food in one of the upcoming beer segments. And if you want to find out more about all this and have links to your website where you talk about lots of details on different types of beer, go to knowjax.com and we'll find out more there. The happy hour segment is definitely one of the toughest jobs we have here at Know Jax. So if you were thinking about trying to take my place, think again. I love my job as Mark's trusty sidekick, and I'm not giving it up. Another part of my job I like is exploring the coast. Sometimes I hop in my car and cruise up the coast, top down, hair blowing in the wind with the sunshine warming my face. Well, that's the way it works in my dreams anyway. If you do decide to take a cruise, there are several events you should check out while on your way. Our friends at coastalcompanion.com have put together a great list for us. When it comes to choosing events and festivals to showcase in the show, I usually go for food and drink. I admit it's a weakness of mine. I enjoy the simple pleasures in life, wine, women, and song. At the Coastal Uncorked Festival in Myrtle Beach, I'm convinced you'll find fine wine. And they do also have live music on stage. But when it comes to the women, you're on your own. It all begins at the Market Common with a kickoff event on Friday, April 26th, where you can sip, savor, and stroll. They also have food and drink samples to get you into the right festival spirit, so to speak. The main event is the Grand Tasting event on Friday and Saturday at the Oceanfront Grand Tasting Pavilion in Gourmet Village. There's live music, and the Grand Tasting tents have over 200 wines and craft beers available for sampling. So that can keep a guy like me busy for quite a while. On the website, it says you can also try your hand at grape stomping. And that really confused me. I thought you used your feet for that. Isn't that why they call it stomping? I've seen the pictures with women stomping grapes, I know. So I was a little bit disappointed. Maybe at Coastal Uncorked, they're using a special low country winemaking technique from the colonial days, who knows? In any case, on Sunday it's time for a food fight and final gala. And there's no confusion here. This is your Iron Chef style event where local chefs partner with area farmers and fishermen to create dishes using a variety of mystery ingredients that will be revealed to them right before the competition starts. Just like they do on TV. They've even brought in the big guns to judge. The jury consists of famous celebrity chefs, the Lee brothers and Louis Osteen. And the main events for the third Coastal Uncorked Food and Wine and Spirits Festival is April 27th and 28th in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Spring is a time of renewal, and in April it's time to tend your garden. So it makes sense to celebrate local farming and local food in spring. And Charleston, South Carolina has created a new festival for this purpose. They named it, wait for it, that's right, the Carolina Dirt Fair. I know, it doesn't sound very appetizing, but bear with me. The Dirt Fair features local as well as nationally recognized chefs demonstrating cooking with local, in-season ingredients. On Friday, April 27th, there's a new Chefs on the Block at Grow Food Carolina, where chefs and students from the local culinary institutes will prepare food while you get to enjoy live music and beer, in addition to the food, when you purchase a $20 ticket. On Saturday, gates open at 7 p.m. for the Wild and Scenic Film Festival at James Island County Park. Then on Sunday, the Dirt Fair runs 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Mullet Hall on Johns Island. The Carolina Dirt Fair takes place April 27th through 29th in several locations around the Charleston area. Savannah celebrates Earth Day every year with a popular festival for both adults and kids. This year it's the 15th year for the festival, which features numerous exhibitors, workshops, free yoga, and live music. The Earth Day Festival takes place on April 21st in Forsyth Park in Savannah, Georgia.
runway show for Jacksonville Fashion Week, and I ran into another person who's bringing big things to the First Coast, the organizer of Jacksonville Superfest, Greg Bruce. Greg, how are you doing tonight?
I'm wonderful, Carla. How are you?
I'm doing well. So tell me about Jacksonville Superfest. I understand it's a lot of things going on out there.
Yeah, you know, it's funny being out here at Jacksonville Fashion Week. It really gave me the courage to move forward with something very similar and dear to my heart, which is culture and diversity in Jacksonville. The idea spawned from a visit to Miami, where I saw lots of different musical artists come together, and I wanted to do the same thing here in Jacksonville. I figured we should use our local talent. That way we can put money back into our local community, but using different genres, everything from country to hip-hop to rock, dubstep, and all that. And we're really catering to a more progressive culture with our sound and with the festival itself. It's a mix, actually, of both music and art. And we're expecting 10,000 people April 14th and 15th. It's set to be at University of North Florida.
Today I'm with Marco Capozzoli to talk about Kicks for Kids. Tell us about it, bud.
Kicks for Kids, man, it's a great program we started last year to benefit the kids at the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Jacksonville. We met this little boy, Siobhan, last year, who has a brain tumor. He's from England, was over here for treatment, and he just changed our lives. He helped us realize that life's short sometimes, and you just have to enjoy it every day. So we figured we have to set something up to help these kids out, and so we came up for Kicks for Kids, a program where $10 will be donated out of my game check every week for every extra point I make, and $30 for every field goal, which is going to be matched by the Sharks organization, and hopefully Shark Nation just gets behind us and goes to our page, www.iknowjax.com/kicksforkids, and just donate, help these kids out.
Cool. Well, we look forward to doing whatever we can from I Know Jax standpoint to support you guys, and we look forward to seeing you kick a lot of field goals this season.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Earth Day is this month, so we wanted to find a few events here in Jacksonville focusing on being earth friendly. Here are 2 events perfect for families with kids. First, there's an Earth Day celebration at the Jacksonville Landing. This event features 80-something booths, both educational and interactive displays centering around Earth Day. There's also entertainment throughout the day on the main stage and a special children's stage with demonstrations and lots of crafts and other activities for kids. The fun includes a right whale obstacle course and much more. The Earth Day celebration takes place at Jacksonville Landing on Saturday, April 21st. Another event takes place on Sunday, April 22nd. It's the Slow Food First Coast Tour de Farm. And you don't have to be a local Lance Armstrong to participate in this tour. This is a self-paced tour of local farms in the area. Farms will open their gates for the community to learn about local food production, where our food comes from, and the farmers who produce it. You can attend educational farm workshops, visit a cattle and goat ranch, and taste produce right from the field. Talk with farmers and find local business owners who are committed to more sustainable practices and growing our local economy. And it's a free event. You can visit the farms from noon to 5 p.m., so make plans to load up your car and head out for an adventure. You can find the link to the guidebook with more information on iknowjax.com. In Jax Beach, summer starts with a bang. It's the opening of the beaches weekend, and this event marks the official start of summer season right here in Jacksonville. There's a sandcastle building competition on Saturday, followed by the opening of the beaches parade on Sunday. The Sandcastle contest takes place in front of Beach Walk Pavilion on Saturday, April 28th, and the opening of the Beaches Parade on April 29th. Tree Hill Nature Center's Butterfly Festival is also coming up on the same weekend. It's a great nature-themed festival with a live butterfly release and lots of fun activities for the younger crowd. You can also learn about butterfly gardening and what plants to use. This is Tree Hill's biggest fundraiser for the year, so try to come out and support them. The Butterfly Festival takes place April 28th from noon to 4 p.m. For more music, St. Augustine serves up a great festival where they combine 2 of my favorite things, music and ribs. Nope, you can't go wrong with that on a weekend. This year, Taste of St. Augustine is happening at the same time, so if you love food and music, St. Augustine should be your destination of choice. The festival is called Rhythm and Ribs and takes place on April 27th through the 29th. Also, don't forget to visit the Riverside Arts Market every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. RAM is located under the Fuller Warren Bridge, and there's always a lot of arts and crafts and handmade items here, and lots of good food and live music. You can find details at riversideartsmarket.com. That concludes the show for this week. I told you it was action-packed. Next time we'll have another cool show coming your way. We'll have another talk with the beer guy, Mark Wisdom, and lots of other fun surprises. So I'll see you next week, and until then, I'll see you on the internet.